Hey, thank you for everyone for joining. Hi there, hello. Uh, we are day number three, or technically, part three of five in our PL 300 journey. I'm gonna start right away. Wala na ako nung 5-minute buffer since we are recording this session anyway. We are broadcasting live via FB. We are in a Zoom meeting, and I am recording this session as well for a YouTube upload either tomorrow or basta within like 4 days max. So this will be in YouTube. And based on past experiences, lagi tayong kinakapos sa oras. We usually schedule these sessions for 90 minutes and I end up with a YouTube video that's 120 minutes long. So yun nga, simulan na natin. Day 3. We are discussing how to visualize data but you know what? Yeah, quick overview maybe of what we have discussed so far. So again, to those who are joining the very first time, uh, since this training path has began like January of this year, so third month na tayo. I'm only running it like once per month. This is supposedly a supplement or a complement to your PL 300 training if you are aiming to complete that course and aiming to get the PL 300 certification of Microsoft. So I have divided it into 5 separate days, where in day one or session one we talked about number one and two here, getting started with Microsoft Data Analytics, prepare data for analysis, and then we talked about modeling data in Power BI. Today, we're going to talk about visualize data in Power BI, perhaps uh, one of the more meaty topics in Power BI because in its core, it is a visualization tool. And then April na, we're going to talk about data analysis, and then come May, hopefully medyo magaan. I actually forgot what I have under contents here, pero manage workspaces and datasets in Power BI na lang for that very last month or very last part. Again, these are 5 parts. So we are building that YouTube playlist. It will contain 5 videos once we're all done here. And yeah, I'm gonna skip through everything, the first few slides. Again, PL300, I hope you know what that is. If not, if you're that new to Power BI, PL300 is the Microsoft certification for Power BI, for a Power BI data analyst. So, siya yung pinaka-proof mo if you want an employer to know that you know your Power BI, then PL300 is the certification to get. As of now, that's the only one out there. Merong PL900 for Power Platform where Power BI is a component, but it's a tiny component across all of the Power Platform tools that we have now. So, sina Power Pages, Microsoft Virtual Agent, and other Power Platform tools. Since hindi ko maalala yung iba all of a sudden. Pero I think we have 6 now under the Power Platform umbrella. So, ayun, ito rin pala, inulit lang yung sinabi ko kanina. It was better visual aid. Dapat pala doon ako nag-discuss. And yun, I'm gonna skip ahead 1, 2, 3, and we're here. Day 3, visualize data in Power BI. And maybe nagtataka kayo, bakit may number 4 ako dito? It's because, and I've mentioned this on my step 1 or my part 1, everything that I'm doing right now, as far as lesson plan or curriculum is concerned, is all based in the PL300 learning path of Power BI. So it's as easy as searching for PL300 in your Google browser. If you hit enter, most likely unang-unang tawag doon, result yon. Microsoft Power BI Data Analyst, sorry, PL300. And if you scroll down a bit, you will see there are 2 ways to prepare, self-paced and instructor-led. For self-paced, you have like the 1, the 2, the 3, and the 4. We are here right now. And the 5 and the 6, you manage workspaces. So yun, it's all based on PL300. Very intentional kasi nga I wanted this to be sort of like a reviewer for people who are trying to get through that certification. For those that are super new to Power BI, naman, the PL300 self-paced course here is actually a really great way to get yourself into Power BI if you're a career shifter, if you're totally new. So that's why we're here. And yun nga, as I've said, today we're focusing on visualize data in Power BI. Let's get started. So inside that chapter, inside visualize data in Power BI, there are actually four, I believe, sub-chapters under it. Work with Power BI visuals, create a data-driven story with Power BI reports, and then number three, yung create dashboards in Power BI and create paginated reports. I am going to spend less time with create dashboards and paginated reports. Again, maybe nagtataka kayo, di ba po, importante yung dashboard, blah, blah. Yun yung pinaka gusto natin gawin. I'm going to repeat what I mentioned in day one. So under Power BI, there is a difference between the word report and the word dashboard. Reports are what we always do or what we always tend to create in Power BI. Yun yung nasa workspace mo. The reports are what you actually show to your clients most of the time. Dashboards are one of the features that Power BI can do. Dashboards are a collection of reports. Pagdadaanan naman natin later. This is just a heads up that we are going to spend a lot less time because they get used a lot less in daily operations. So more on reports tayo. And yun, you'll notice it na Power BI reports. So may distinction. Unlike, I think if you're on Google Looker or Tableau, they do call it dashboard pa rin, yung main report. Sa Power BI kasi, we call it report. And I'll be toggling more back and forth between the website and our actual demo because what I have in PowerPoint may be outdated. Microsoft does update their page frequently as far as the PL300 training goes. So may mga bagong subchapters minsan, bagong topics na hindi ko na nakaka-capture sa PowerPoint. Especially since I created my PowerPoint slides back in January. So ano tayo ngayon? I'd rather I get you the actual live Power BI topics that you'll be seeing if you go to the actual website. So yeah. So introduction to work with Power BI visuals. I'll skip that. Add visualization items to reports. So balik tayo sa ating Power BI page. So this is the report that we've been working on so far. Nakaano na tayo, yun nga, third day na tayo. So first, second day, ito yung mga nabubuo natin so far sa pinagagawa natin. And all of your visuals, as you know, are here in this right-sided pane called visualizations. Oop. So I'm gonna skip that. Choosing an effective visualization. I might skip that only because kumbaga in Power BI or kumbaga choosing the correct visualization might be a bigger topic altogether. Pero yun, kumbaga general best practices like you use bar charts, column charts whenever they are categorical data, when you're trying to compare one category against another. So in this case, yun nga, countries, colors, whatever. Again, dimensional data. Tapos, line charts are usually best used when you're working with trends, with dates sa baba, in this case, months, kasi they give you the better, a better visual that denotes a pattern going from 1 month or 1 day or 1 year to another. So, kaya tendency yun, sina-line or area chart yung ginagamit sa ganyan. I'm not a pie chart hater, pero yun, some people dislike the pie chart kasi nga, it does tend to make it difficult to see on 21, 21, 20, 19, 19. Parang hirap makita yung difference between the 5 slices when in fact si AWC logo cap yung pinakamalaki at si Sport 100 helmet red yung pinakamaliit. So even with donuts, yun, same issue. I kinda like the donut more because it gives you that space in the middle where you can put a card for the total number, for example, or another KPI. Pero yon, kumbaga, tree maps, medyo nakikita ko recently more. I think mainly because it's just something new. Pero yon, essentially it is just another pie. It's another way of showing you a fraction, a part of a whole. Kumbaga, but again, yun. Sometimes you need these pie charts. Sorry, yeah, you need these pie charts or donut charts or tree maps only because you feel na masyado ng paulit-ulit yung bar chart, column chart, visuals mo. So, understandable naman. Pero yun, definitely in a case like this, wherein maliit lang yung difference per category mo. So, may top 5 products ka and maliliit lang yung difference. I'll definitely go with a bar chart na lang for that. Tapos have these written out. Kasi you are kind of sacrificing the readability of your chart na at this point. Pero yun, kumbaga, there will be times when medyo malaki yung difference, obvious naman, and okay naman si Pi or si Donut or si Tree Map, ganyan. In this case, medyo obvious, so okay naman si Tree Map, ganun. It adds interest kasi, kumbaga, di ba? Some people would use wallpapers in their report. Some people would use icons. Then, yun, you can use a tree map to add interest to your chart. Combo chart, syempre, yun, column and line. By the way, yun, meron tayong custom chart rin na line and column and table kasi that's one of the weaknesses of Power BI. It does not allow you to, kumbaga, attach a table underneath. So there is a, oo nga, bakit hindi ko ipakita? If you search for app source, and then search for line, column, with table yata. I think ganun ka literal eh. Line, column. Ayan, see? Very literal. Line and stack column chart with table. So, medyo common request yan kasi sa mga clients na, yeah, line chart is nice, with a stack column is nice, pero what would be better is if we only had a table underneath it. So, yan. Kasi, bakit nga ba? Bakit, Tony, why don't you just use a line column and then place a matrix or a table beneath it? Kasi, if nag-iiba-iba yung categories mo dito, if sometimes you have 5 categories and sometimes you have 10 categories, mag-a-adjust tong line column chart mo to that space. So, kumbaga, ito, we have like 12 categories here, and then if maging 6 categories yan, it will still occupy this same amount of space, di ba? Lalapad lang. Pero yung table mo, numinipis yan. If biglang naging 5 categories lang to, hihinto yung table mo dito sa part na to. Dito lang siya, hihinto. So, that kind of sucks if you're syempre aiming for alignment. Pero yun, this visual fixes it. And, sorry, switching back. So, yun. Card visualization. Ayun nga, well, super common. Literally having a number out there. And then you have, of course, multi-card pag gusto mong medyo maraming number. Although hindi ito yung multi-card, pero yun, you also have that option. Going back to my Power BI. So, yun, multi-card. Ito. So, kunwari ito, meron ako sum of quantity, which is a card. Tapos, sinamahan ko ng quantity sum. Sinamahan ko ng sale. Oops, hindi ko magagawa dyan. I need to use my multi-card. So, yun lang. Quantity, sale, 3 columns or 3 rows. Yun, adjust nyo lang. Nag-adjust rin si multi-row card ba yung tawag? Yeah, multi-row card. Funnel visualization, again, adding some spice lang. So, bar chart lang naman ito, pero nakasentro yung mga gitna. Works really, really well if you're sorting something from highest to lowest. Yung kanina, yung tree map kanina, ito, pwede nyong gawing funnel chart yan. So, again, yun nga, may mga, dyan na papasok yung artistic side ng being a Power BI developer. So, kumbaga, yes, you can do your DAX. Yes, you can do your transformations in Power Query. Pero, how do you add interest? How do you add that bit of artistry in your report? So, kung doon papasok yung mga balance ng colors, ng bars, circles, curves, yan. And yun nga, it takes experience. We will discuss that in ever so slightly now and then during this course. Pero again, our main goal is for you to learn in the PL 300 curriculum. Yung mga ganon, more of continuing education na yun eh. So you learn the artistic side of creating reports by literally just exposing yourself to more reports, checking out LinkedIn, checking out mga data challenges, checking out even Pinterest, even Reddit, even Instagram. Ang dami ng ways to get inspired, so to speak. Even Google. Uh, Gauge chart. And yun nga, gauge. One common error that, or not really error, pero one common, kumaga, weakness or opportunity that I see with people that are using the gauge chart is, with the gauge chart kasi, mag-example tayo. Kunwari, ito na, si quantity sum. Pwede ko siyang gawing gauge chart eh. So, naging 50K siya. Pero balik natin sa card or wag ko i-delete si card. You know what? I-control Z ko muna to para makita niyo yung actual number. Oops. Control Z. Control Z again. Control Z again. Or kinlik ka na. Ayan. So, 49,574 is my quantity sum. I move that over there. Copy. Paste. So, I now have two cards. Tapos yung isang card ko, kiklik ko lang yung gauge chart para maging gauge chart siya. So, common missed opportunity that I see with people using gauge charts is that they literally, kumbaga, throw that one value in, present it as is. Gauge chart by default would just use your if you threw only a single measure there, it will use that existing measure and put it at the 50% mark. So medyo kinda slightly useless si gauge chart if ganun lang. Always make sure that you do have a maximum value that you want to highlight. If my minimum value ka na hindi zero, put that on there too. If you have a target value, then all the better. Put that on there too. So kumbaga, ito yung example ng target value. Maging ganyan siya. So, always make sure that, kumbaga, you have, if you want to use a gauge chart, you have a max and you have a target. So, kumbaga, may silbi. Excuse me, yung pagiging gauge chart niya. Excuse me. Waterfall visualization naman, really nice when you have certain data that has positives and negatives, tapos you just want to show the overall or maximum, not maximum pala, the overall end value. So, perfect example here, yung nasa ano na, PL300. So, yung umaakyat, then bumaba siya at some point, ito, negative value to. And yun nga, si waterfall chart, kayang-kaya niyang i-visualize na bumaba ka rito. So, it shows na yun, nag 0.8K lang. Tapos, in this example kasi, lahat ng greens are the positive values, lahat ng reds are the negative values, there's only one, and lahat ng blues are, kumbaga, the monthly overalls or subtotals, kumbaga. So, yun, works really well. It can, if first time mong makakita nito or first time ni client makakita nito, it may take a bit of getting used to. Kumbaga, it takes a bit more time to digest. But if they really have that sort of data na nagpa-positive, nagna-negative, it's a super useful chart to have in your repertoire, kumbaga, of visuals. Scatter chart, of course, to those who are doing correlations, X versus Y, super useful when yun, comparing the behavior of one data to another. Sa call center industry, pinaka-uso dyan, syempre si average handle time versus QA scores versus CSAT scores, attendance or absenteeism versus productivity, yung mga ganon. So, two metrics, two numbers being compared against each other. Kumbaga, ang elementary version nun kasi is I want to compare, kumbaga, quality scores kunwari versus CSAT scores. The elementary presentation would be to plot both of them on a line chart, tapos placing, plotting them every month. Na pag tumaas pa yung CSAT natin this month, tataas din yung QA and so on, so forth. So this is the more technical approach because you can not just have the months on there, but be very specific. Specific agents QA scores versus specific agents CSAT scores. A specific, yun. So, kumbaga, you can have like 1,000 data points on there, plot everything and see if they have that, and see if a person who has high QA scores will also have high CSAT scores. And yun nga, I may have forgotten to mention earlier, pero If you have any questions, feel free to unmute, say your question literally. That's why we're on Zoom actually. That's why I allowed na sa Zoom tayo mag-meet. Likewise, if shy type kayo and you just want to type it in chat, feel free to type it in chat. You can type it in the Zoom chat, or if you're one of the uh, 14 participants in our FB Live, feel free to type it in FB chat. Medyo mas hindi ko lang na-check yung FB chat kasi nasa phone ko lang siya sa ngayon. Pero yeah, feel free. And then maps, one of the, of course, medyo pasiklab visuals that you have out there. If you're working with US states, super easy most of the time. Pero yun, kung hindi states, minsan you need to be more you need to throw in more effort by putting in some longitude, latitude values. Pero yun, if states, I tried it under the Philippines or in using the Philippine map. If you're just working with Philippine cities, it also works. Manila, Quezon City, Pasay, they are all being recognized inside Metro Manila. So, medyo depende how you want, or medyo depende what your locations are. But yeah, super, it's a great attention attracker. Kumbaga, it's a great way to attract attention in your report if you have like a really nice map there as your opening. Slicer visuals, yeah, super important. So, slicer visuals are pretty much your filters. Ay, hindi ko sure kung pinakita ko na ba. Maybe not. Meron na nga. So, yan. Slicer visuals, which is this one, your slicer. Super important. In this case, naka-hierarchy pa to. Category and name yata. So, category, tapos nilagyan ko ng name sa ilalim. Pwede rin namang walang name. Category lang. So, chicken classic supreme veggie pizzas lang. Sorry. To those who did not join day 1, day 2 trainings, the data that we're working on or we are playing around with is the pizza data that we have. This pizza data is available on the Power BI Pilipinas Facebook group, I believe, under files. If not, I do have it here as well in the slide. Or sorry, I think the PowerPoint or the PDF presentation or the PDF version of the PowerPoint presentation is what I have available. Pero if you want to download it, it's literally, oops, let me do that again. It's literally as easy as clicking the link in the PDF flyer. Pero let me paste it in chat. Just in case for some reason gusto mong mag-follow, since we do still have like more than an hour to talk here. Pasting it in Zoom chat and pasting it in Facebook chat. Good. So going back, yan nga, or sorry, to give a really really short briefer, kumbaga, about the tables that we're working on. So we have orders, orders ng pizza. Order details is pretty much orders except it tells me yung specific pizza kasi there could only be one order ID, pero sa loob ng order ID na yon, 3 pizzas yung in-order, makikita ko yon sa order details ID, yung talagang per pizza na. Tapos, pizza ID lang yung meron ako dito. I have pizza ID, sorry, zoom in ako konti. I have pizza ID linked to the pizzas table, wherein the pizzas table will tell me the price, the size of the pizza. Tapos may pizza type ID rin ako dito. That gives me the ingredients naman and the category and the actual like menu name of that pizza. Tapos from last week's discussion, I think we created 2 date tables, one via DAX and one via Power Query. So, yan, medyo kompleto na tayo. Hindi ko pa pala na active to. So, let's make that relationship active. Apply changes. Para may date tayo. Boop. Okay. Tapos yon, medyo simple lang. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 yung main actual tables na in-import. Tapos isang date table. Yan lang naman. So, going back, category, ganun nga itsura. So, this is your slicer visual. I kind of wanted to show this live kasi there are some designers, veteran PBI designers or developers that prefer using the filters pane instead. So may category rin tayo dito on this visual. Siyempre medyo walang kwenta yun kasi pag nag-click out ka dito, yun wala na. Not sure what I did here. Nawala pala yung pizza name ko. Okay, anyway. So there are some people who would rather have a filter on the page. So ano ba to? Category. And by the way, to make sure that we're using the same table, or same column. So I click on the visual and it does tell me which table and which specific column it's using. So I just click out of that, drag category on this page, and yun na, ganyan. So that's like, if this is a report that I'm looking at, of course, medyo magulo ngayon, pero imagine niyo na lang na may report yan na may charts. So that's an alternative way. Viewers, report consumers can just select the slicer that they want. Excuse me, or they need here, and that's perfectly fine. If they have like, padamihin natin instead of name ba yun? Dragging. Oh, kunwari ito, medyo marami. So, they do have the option to just search for ano yung mga chicken. And they'd see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chicken pizza so over there. And maybe you're thinking, oh, yung cool nun meron kaya, sana may ganun din yung slicer, no? Actually, meron rin naman. So as long as your slicer is text, and let's say click name, gawin nating slicer din yan. Ito, nasa lower left siya nag-spawn. And palakihin natin ng konti. So ang haba niya tignan, pero sabihin natin, gawin nating drop down yan para lumiit. Instead of vertical list, change it to a drop down. Tapos from there, sabihin natin, ang dami naman, sana there's a way to search rin, no? You can actually, I think, can you still do it here? Can you do it here? There. You can enable search by clicking on the 3 dots, click on search, and the moment you click on the down arrow, you'd have a search bar na rin. So, you can just type in chicken, tapos yun, it will show you the chicken pizzas available, or mayroon ka na specific na gusto, supreme, so meron tayong Italian supreme and spinach supreme. So, and I'd like to highlight that there are some veteran developers that are using the filters. Kasi you might be thinking, di ba parang mas pogi if you use the slicer visual? Kumbaga mas in your face, it's actually part of the report. Excuse me, in a way, mas kita rin yung design if ever, kasi you can change the formatting of this one. So, actually, you can also format the filters pane as well. All you need to do is go to View, go to Themes, go to Customize Current Theme, and select Filter Pane. And then from the filter pane, you can like select the background color, and excuse me again. And you can select teal, or sorry, di pala nag-select. Select na red na lang, sige. Para lang mas in your face yan. Then apply. And, masakit sa mata, pero yeah, you get the idea. You can change the background as well. You can change the theme as well. Sorry mga nasa FB Live Wala nga palang mute doon. I just remembered. Pero, I'll edit that in YouTube. So, pero yun, kumbaga. So, as far as your filter pane is concerned, you do have the option to make it more alive in a way. Going back. Oops. Going back here. So, slicer visualization. There's also Q&A. One of the medyo newer ones. So, your Q&A visual can be accessed actually by double-clicking anywhere in your report. If you have it, by default naman ganun siya, naka-enable naman siya. So, double-click here, for example. And tada! Actually, you can double-click, pero ito rin naman siya. Nandiyan naman siya, yung Q&A visual. Tapos yun. This, I think, meron ng konting AI na nakaload dito, so I can type in Can I say what's my best-selling? Teka, palakihin ko. Ayan. What's my best-selling pizza name or pizza category? If I hit enter to that, okay, so it does. So it tells me that classic, tama nga ba? Actually, hindi ko na sure, medyo live to. So hindi ko pa na-try to if that is the correct answer. I have sales, I think. Meron akong sales dito. Sale, tapos ibangga natin sa category. Oh yeah, so tama naman in fairness. So ito yung manual. Showing me that classic has a sale of 220K. Ito sum of price. Yun nga lang medyo mali yung ginamit niyang what you call this? Mali yung ginamit niyang measure to show sales kasi sum of price yung binigay niya instead of sum of sale. But the beauty with Q&A, if you really want to spend time with it, you can train it. So you can add synonyms. Kumbaga, if I go to orders, ayan, kumbaga, if I go to, asan ba yung sales ko? Sorry. It's under order details. I can go to order details. Tapos go to sale. Tapos yun, I can add selling siguro, best selling, blah, blah, blah. And I can continuously add like more, what do you call that? More synonyms to it. So that the next time someone asks in their native language, yun, mas magiging accurate yung mga lumalabas na measure, mas magiging accurate yung mga lumalabas na tawag dito na sagot ni Power BI. At the same time, you can even train it to have a canned answer to specific questions. So parang same deal din. Medyo madaya siya. Hindi siya exactly self-learning AI, pero yun, kumbaga you can kinda add some canned questions and canned answers to it lang. Pero yun, with Microsoft taking a huge stake with OpenAI, I'm sure mag-e-evolve pa to for the better. Alisin ko na muna sa ngayon kasi yun, medyo malaki ang Q&A visual. And ayun, since honestly, real life, hindi ko siya masyadong nagagamit in operations kasi medyo may effort involved in terms of setting it up. So, next topic, format and configure visualizations. So, ayan na. Inside each visual, you have 3 available tabs. Isa is yung add data to your visual na subtab wherein you have the data that you're throwing in there. Very useful if you want to know saan nga ba nanggagaling yung data, aling table, aling column. Then, of course, you have format your visual na ngayon, meron na ring subtab. So, yung subtabs mo dito, may subtabs ulit. So, usually, si visual and si general. So, si visual, these are options that are really specific to that specific visual. For your bar chart, you can manipulate your x-axis, your y-axis, your grid lines. May zoom slider ka if you want. Zoom slider is when you turn it on, you have the option to zoom in to a specific range in your y-axis, kumbaga. Or your x-axis, kung numerical yung x-axis natin, pwede ka magkaroon ng zoom slider rin sa x and y, actually. Or date siya, gagana rin doon. Tapos, if you selected this, which is a table ba to? I'm not sure. Is this, it's a matrix visual. So, under a matrix visual, yon may iba rin tayong set ng visual presets. So, may style preset ka, minimum, bold header, blah, blah, blah. And I posted this in TikTok. For those of you who do not know, if you click on 2 visuals that are of the same visual type, meaning itong dalawa, teka, hindi yata gumana. Table pala tong isa. So, table ito, matrix to. Ano tong pangatlong to? Table rin. So, table and table, for example, sinelect ko, if I go here, they will be sharing the formats that you selected. So, you can format multiple visuals at the same time. So, pwede ako mag-flashy rows. Sabay-sabay, and parehas silang magpa-flashy rows. And so on and so forth yan. And then, the other sub-tab, general, is more, general. These are options that are available for almost all the visuals out there. So properties, yung size, yung position, uh, responsive meaning yun, nag-iiba ba siya per, I think responsive is yung sa being responsive to ayun, size changes kung pag enough ko to. Actually, I haven't tried. If I turn that off and then I resized it, I think mas may effect siya sa uh, tawag dito. If you're working with different size screens. I now cannot turn responsive off for some reason. Pero yon, oh well. So yeah, no difference naman really with the behavior. Maintain layer order is there are times in which you have, kumbaga ito, kunwari ganito yung gusto ko mangyari. Gusto ko floating itong bar chart ko sa taas nitong table chart ko. And if you're viewing this in the Power BI service, if you're a report consumer na talaga, and you accidentally click on the table, ganyan yung mangyayari. Gagawin yan. Magpa-pop siya. So you need to click on maintain layer order para hindi mangyari to on the viewer's end. Pero as a developer, since again, we are working inside Power BI desktop, hindi mo ramdam to. Hindi mo mapapansin. Pero again, once na-publish man na siya, service, mangyayari na tong maintain layer order. Kunwari, nag-kinlik ka to, and nag-click ako ng maintain layer order dyan, matic yon. Hindi na mag-overlap ito. Lagi nang nasa taas to. And, how do you check your layer orders, you may ask? Just make sure that you're under the View tab, click on Selection, and makita mo lahat ng mga, parang Photoshop lang. Makita mo lahat ng mga separate elements mo. And ano yung layering. So, si matrix yung nasa pinakailalim. Yan. And nasa pinakamataas ko is ito, si sum of sale by category. Which makes sense. Yun nga yung nakita natin. Tapos yun, lahat ng mga default. Si title, si effects, andyan si na background, visual border, shadows. Andyan yung mga tooltips. Alt text, yung hover, ganun. Excuse me. And oops, sorry. Format and configure, yeah, pretty much that's it, I think. Title, yeah, we're skipping that. Background, we're skipping that. Tooltip. Lots of ways to create tooltips actually, or lots of, kumbaga, ways to make tooltips more interesting. Isa na dito yung pinapakita dito sa ngayon. Merong right-click to drill through option. I believe we have that as a separate topic later. Pero kumbaga, if I hover over here, lalabas na ganyan. Yung tooltip ko, if I click on File, Options, and Settings, then Options, I think we have the option to create a different tooltip as well dito. Report Settings ba muna? Preview Features ba muna? Double checking. Data load, regional, privacy, report settings. Visual options, export data, personalized visuals. Ayan, modern visual tooltips. So, naka-on na. If you turn that off, click on OK. I-restart ko pa. Pero if I turn that off, ayun. Ganito yung itsura ng tooltips dati. So, depende again. Personal preference. Baka mas type nito. Medyo, ito yung classic tooltip pero, kumbaga, medyo, ang tawag dito? See-through siya. Pero black lang. I don't think you can change tooltip colors. Can you? Or maybe you can. Sorry apparently you can. Okay, can I change it to orange? I can pala. So yeah. So ito yung classic tooltip. And then you do have the option to set up a modern visual tooltip. Going back to options. Report settings. Modern visual tooltips. Okay. So sa modern visual tooltips lang pala magiging available to. Yung nakikita nyo dito sa Microsoft example, yung right-click to drill through. So, we'll discuss drill throughs later. Pero yun. You'll need to turn on that option para makita nyo siya. And I'm turning the option on and off sa specific report, if you notice. Options ulit tayo. I'm turning it on and off dito sa current file. Pero of course, you can go report settings. And Ay, wala na pala. Sorry, so by default na pala siyang naka-on for everyone. Yeah, it's by default. So it's always turned on na, I guess, yung modern visual tooltips. So going back, and then on the format pane, yeah. Discuss ulit natin yung, let's go to clicking away. Just click out of your visual, click on an empty spot in your, what do you call that, report canvas. Then, go to, sara natin to, hapdi na sa mata. Tapos, let's click on the format your report page sub-tab again. So, you click on that, click on page information, and you have options to change the resolution, change the actual, pwede kayo mag-custom. Kung mapapansin nyo sa mga Power BI reports minsan sa LinkedIn where they submit for data challenges, a lot of the time, hindi ganito, hindi landscape. Maraming nagpo-portrait mode kasi yung mga data challenges usually one-pager lang dapat and you kinda need to cramp in as much information as you can. So, dito nila ina-adjust yun. They stick with 1280 width. At tapos yung height, pwedeng gagawin nilang 3,000 yung height. Ganyan, para mahaba yung space. Or, ay, obvious, sobra pala to. 30,000 na pala to. Yan, 3,000 yung height. Or, kung medyo OA yun, kahit mga 2,000 man lang. Ganyan. So, para yun. One pager pa rin, pero you get to fit more visuals in a page. Diba? Balik muna natin kasi I don't really have the screen real estate to do that. Tapos, so balik natin siya. Default na 16:9. Canvas background naman is this, yung actual rectangle, yung actual canvas mo. So you may be questioning, so ano po yung difference ng canvas background and wallpaper? Canvas background is yung rectangular na ito, where you actually throw your tawag dito, visuals. Your wallpaper is yung mga outside edges. So, itong part na to, kunwari. Ito, yan. Part yan ng wallpaper na. Yung mga outside ng canvas mo mismo. Why does that matter? Hindi ba, hindi naman lalabas yan sa service? Actually, lumalabas yan. So, if I go to reports, so Plato's Pizza is for example, so what I'm showing here, itong brick wall sa likod, yan yung, sorry, nalimutan ko. Yan yung canvas background. Tapos itong black na nakikita nyo sa likod, yan yung wallpaper. So, yan. Yun yung example ng makikita nyo pa rin sa workspace most of the time kasi hindi ka naman sure na lahat ng tao same ng resolution ng laptop mo or desktop mo or monitor mo. So, in this case, 16:9 naman eh. So, sakto. Actually, this is the resolution that I'm using. I'm the report developer and I'm looking at it and still nakikita ko yung wallpaper parts. Bakit? Kasi nga, hindi naman siya naka-full screen. I think you can go full screen here. And yon, even if I go full screen, hindi rin pala siya nagma-maximize. At baka ito yung fit, ito yung maximum. Ano ba yung full screen talaga? So anyway, yun nga, hindi rin siya full screen. So as long as yun nga, meron siyang space, it will use your wallpaper to fill out that space. And hi Armando. So yan. So yeah, going back, switching over. Balik tayo rito, I mean. So yeah, very useful, especially if you want to add that certain dimension, that certain interest in your report, malaking natutulong ng backgrounds. And take note, if you can, backgrounds in Power BI reports do support SVG files or SVG formats. And if you're using SVG, mas hindi sila nagbabasag-basag, unlike PNG. Definitely unlike JPEG, pero yun nga. Eto, I think PNG lang naman yung ginamit ko kasi hindi naman ganun ka-important na crisp and clear yung mga bricks ko sa background. Pero if you have a certain background, especially if yung background na yun has text in it, kasi there are some people that do, for example, For example, itong Plato's Pizza na nasa taas and itong pizza icon, piggy bank icon, cashier icon, there are some people that integrate all of that as part of the background. Kasi part ng optimization yun eh. The less elements you have on a page, the better it will load. So, if you integrate all of these into a single SVG file, then it loads better. If you integrate all of these into a single PNG file, it loads better. It might ruin the crispness of your font for Plato's Pizza, pero yun, it will definitely load faster. So, yun yung mga considerations. Pero yun nga, if you can do SVG, do SVG. Going back. Tooltips. Okay, yeah. Just adding tooltips. So, it will be similar to adding actual content. Oo nga, no? Actually, you know what? I think I kinda just rushed through it. Hindi ko tinuro sa inyo yung pag-add ng data. So, nag-click-click lang ako. Yun nga, category, sum of sale. Meron rin akong date. Kasi may date table ako. Date DAX. So, I can remove category here. And instead, gusto ko makita sum of sale per month. Ano ba mangyari pag nag-per month ako? Hindi pala. Month name pala. Month name short pala. Meron pala akong month name short. Ayan. Pero yung month name short, nilagay niya sa legend. What if ilagay ko sa x-axis? Much better. Medyo pangit pala kung month name lang. Gusto ko ng may year. Meron ba ako ng may year? Year and month name. Maybe ito na lang. Yeah, medyo. Pwede na. At least may year. Hindi. 2015 naman pala lahat. So yeah, I can remove the year. Let me remove the year. Sorry, medyo nalimutan ko na kung ano yung laman ng data ko. Okay, month name short. There you go. July to October. Sum of sales, medyo pababa. Tapos, yeah. You can throw in category sa legend. Why not? Here, category sa legend. Block. Ganyan pala siya kasi clustered column. But what if gusto ko stacked? Why not? What if gusto ko sa tooltips, makita ko yung apart from, ano ba to? I'm seeing sum of sale kasi. Gusto ko rin makita yung actual quantity. Gano'ng karami yung nabenta. So, I throw that on tooltips. So, now if I hover, I see sum of sale and I see the quantity sum. What if napapangitan ako sa wording dyan sa tooltip? It says sum of sale. Gusto ko talaga sale lang. So, yeah, no problem. Rename it here. Sum of sale as simply sale. So, now it will say sale. Quantity sum. What if, bakit ang weird ng sale 15636.4? Sana may dollar sign. Why not? Click on sale. Click on the dollar sign. What if, hindi, Pinoy po, Philippine Pizza Company, sana peso. Yeah, why not? Ayoko na, hanapin, mahaba, madami pala. Pero yun, basta yun, may peso. Trust me. Mag-scroll-scroll lang kayo. Hindi yan yung peso syempre. Church Slavic yan. Merong actual Philippine peso. Somewhere na wala na, I've invested. Nandito na tayo. So, Philippine peso. Teka, pwede ba ako mag-pe? Hindi pwede mag-type. So, we really need to search for it. Spanish. Teka, nalagpasan ko na ba? Okay, nalagpasan ko. Ayan! Spanish-Philippine peso. See? So, yan. So, if I select that, hover over it again. Yay! Medyo weird nga lang yung peso nasa dulo na tuloy ngayon. Sad. Na ganun yung style niya. Obviously, I don't use it that much. Pero yun. Or English ba? Merong English Philippines. Na-curious tuloy ako. Ayan, English Philippines. Meron bang English Philippines? Oh, so wala. Oh well. Ayun, Philippines. So yun pala. Try it again. Yay! Hindi ako napahiya. So yeah, Philippine peso. It now says peso in the front and with the correct symbol 17055.40. See? Dali lang. Easy. Now we go again. So, moving on. Import a custom visual. So, yun. Magandang sample yung pinagdaanan natin kanina. So, remember earlier, I like showed you na, yun, may ganito kayo. You have the option for custom visuals just in case meron kayong specific na gustong ipakita and hindi kaya gawin ng mga stock visuals ng Power BI. If you click on Get It Now, well, you can sign in, blah, blah, blah. Or, since may ginagawa na tayong something sa ngayon, and actually magandang i-experiment na dito. Copy ko to. Ano yung laman ng page 4? Lagyan na natin sa page 4. So, copy natin to. Kasi yun nga magandang sample to. So, let's say here. Let's say may ganyan ako. Tapos gusto ko lagyan ng table right underneath it na medyo similar lang yung laman. Except table siya or matrix siya. So, matrix. Tapos, anong tawag dito? Month name short is on the columns. For category, we place it on the rows. And then, simple lang. I just want a sale, for example. So, ayun nga. So, yun yung unang problem na, di ba? So, hindi talaga siya magmamatch kasi pwedeng ganyan. We have sizing issues with the column headers. For some reason, sabog pa yung ano neto, sequence neto. Pero you can easily fix that by going to sort by. Hindi ko pala siya masasort ng month name short. Pero I think we can fix that by throwing that here. Going to sort by month name short. So, once na-sort mo na siya rito, teka, ba't parang mali? Sort ascending pala. There. Hindi ko lang alam kung bakit wala akong July, May, March, Nov, Jan, April, May, June. Teka. Remove my category for a minute. Month name short. April, August, Tech. Baka hindi ko pa siya nililink. I'm going back to month name short. Sort by. Yup. Hindi pa siya nakasort kay month. So, kailangan ko siyang isort sa month kasi yung month ko yung numerical. I X out of it. And I need to do the same here. Or maybe I don't. So, yan. Ayos na pala to. So, ito. Nakamaling sort pala siya at hindi ko siya napansin kanina. Sorry about that. Sort axis. Descending sa month name. Sorry. Ascending dapat sa month name short. There. So, yan. January to December pala siya. Excuse me. Of a single year. And yun nga. Mapapansin nyo na yung sinasabi ko kaninang problem na line and column natin hindi nagma-match up. So, if only we had the line, ano ulit yun? Sorry. If only we had the line and stack column chart with table visualization here. So, super easy yan. Copy nyo na yung name. Why not? Get more visuals. Sorry, mabilis. Pero 3 clicks, get more visuals. And then you wait for it. It will open up a pop-up. Or it will open a pop-up. Relax. And then, yeah, search for it here. Ayan na. Line and stacked column chart with table. Click on it. Take note na nasa loob pa rin tayo nung window na yan. Nung pop-up lang. And then click on add. You do have the option to download sample. Lahat ng PBI certified charts, may download sample yan. Which is super helpful kasi yun, makikita nyo how to actually use the chart with your data. So, in our case, alam ko na naman eh. Click on add. And then, yep, look. Yan, lalabas na siya rito. So, again, nag-click ako outside para hindi ako makaselect ng any existing visual. Click on it. Tapos lalabas siya dyan. Tapos, I'm not sure actually how to make it work. Or I'm not perfectly sure. So, mag-select lang ako ng mga kailangan ko. Which is si month name short. And sino yun? I need the sale. And I need si category. Diba? Looking good already. So, ganyan. Kakaiba sa tayo kasi may category tayo sa stock. Pero yon you'll get you'll be able to make it work kasi stackable to ang alam ko eh. I'm just unsure. Labels? No. Column formatting? Anyway, the point is yon, there's a way. I forgot how to add the stacking, pero easily you'll be able to easily figure it out once you download the sample. Kasi I'm sure may sample ng line and stack column doon. Pero yun, and yun, this specific visual fixes our problem. The one that we had here, we're in. Ay, mali pa pala to. Hindi ko pa binabaliktad. Sorry. Sorry if that looked weird. So, category here, month name short sa columns. Yan. So, month name short sa columns, hindi naman siya magmamatch kasi nga, may sariling mundo yung matrix ko, may sariling mundo yung column chart. So, with this custom visual, you just need to give it a bit more space maybe. But yeah, see, looks much better. And even if, for example, may filter ka ng month name short and you select like only 3 months or 4 months, yun, magla-line up lagi yan. Magla-line up lagi yung months mo and your bars. Not like what's gonna happen with your separate visuals. So yeah, going back, we are almost 1 hour in na pala. Next up, adding R or Python as a visual. So if you, I forgot where I uploaded it actually. So it's either in the Power BI Pilipinas page or in the Power BI Pilipinas community Facebook group. So we did a Venn diagram video back then, and for me to find my perfect Venn diagram, I needed to use an R visual. So Venn diagram, everyone familiar with it, I assume. This is my raw data, simple enough. Meron lang akong index, ganyan, 1, 2, 3, 4. Index lang. So, row number. And then, I have a column for red. I have a column for green. Tapos, red, 1, 1, green, 0, 1, blah, blah, blah. So, you'll get to notice na you can summarize this table into this table where you have 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1. Wherein 1, 1 is my overlap. Tapos 0, 1 is green only. 1, 0 is red only. So, di ba? 179. 58, overlap of 21. So, yan yung specifically gusto kong makita sana. And there are visuals available in AppSource that can do that. This one is the Venn diagram by MAQ. If I click on it, yun, makita nyo, custom visual siya. And it kinda gives me what I want naman. Red, 179, 58 green, 21 dito sa overlap. But, I wanted to have a Venn diagram that specifically would show me increasing bubble sizes. So, kung 179 to, gusto ko sana malaki si 179, mas maliit si 58, tapos yung overlap nila na 21, medyo tiny compared to them two. So, in the end, I needed to use an R diagram, an R custom visual. So, if I click on this, makita nyo, tada, R script visual siya, tapos ito yung code. So, mukhang complicated. Yes, maybe a bit complicated, pero promise, I don't have R. I do not have an R background prior to creating this chart. And lahat to sa Google ko lang pinagdaanan. So, I literally just look for R visual, Venn diagram in R. And I was able to like find this. Medyo I needed a bit of customizing it lang for it to show what I wanted it to show. And with R and Python visuals at that, I found it easiest if ang kailangan ko lang i-input sa visual is yung mga exact measures na. So in this case, lahat ng values na nakikita nyo dito, that's it. They're just values. They're all measures. Wala akong ini-input na column na si R or si Python pa yung pinapa-summarize ko. So, lahat as in bits and pieces na lang talaga of numbers. Tapos yun, si R na yung bahala mag-resize, ganyan. Kaya malaki si 179, maliit si 58. And dynamic yan Just baka you're thinking na ano yan, na hard-coded sizes yan. No, they're dynamic. If at some point, mas malaki na yung green, mas lalaki naman yung green circle. Tapos, the only thing that I wanna highlight when attempting to create your R or Python visual the first time are actually two things maybe. Is number one, you will need an R or Python local installation. So, hindi nyo naman kailangan ng mga graphical user interfaces nila. Ang kailangan nyo lang yung mismong R lang and yung mismong Python engine lang na naka-install sa machine ninyo. The other thing that I wanted to highlight is whether you go the R route or the Python route, you need to search for R available in Power BI service. Kasi, yan. And let's search for Python available. Python modules naman that are available in Power BI service. Kasi, what you're essentially doing is, di ba nga, you need to have R installed in your machine. Pero once nasa service na yan, service na yung gagamit niyan. Service na yung kailangan mag-run ng mga R libraries ninyo. Same as Python, service na yung magra-run ng mga Python scripts ninyo and magko-call ng mga libraries. And not all libraries are supported. Syempre na wala ako. Asan dito? I'm sure meron rin sa Python na nakalista lahat. Pandas. Run Python scripts, enable Python scripting, create your Python script, run the script, import the data. Use Python, ayun. Baka dapat dito pala, sorry. Power BI visuals, work through, create a Python. Sorry, I kind of want to show you where the list is. Wow. So, dito muna tayo sa R since I think na naselect ko yun. Ayan, R packages that are supported in Power BI. So, sa R, medyo marami actually. And what I used earlier was specifically, pag kinlik ko to, makita nyo dito, ayun. Ito yung specific R library na ginamit ko. So, makita nyo siya dito. If you search for F, Venn, yan, there are actually two Venn diagrams or two Venn libraries that are supported. Yung Venn diagram, which is what I used. And, sorry, isa lang pala. Sorry, so siya lang, si Venn diagram lang. So, for R, meron rin siyang parang ganito. Create visuals with Python. Meron rin siyang parang list of packages supported lang. And yun nga, it's not everything as well. So, I'm sure mag-google natin siya. Hindi ko lang siya mahanap ngayon. And I don't want to spend too much time with it. Pero yun, that's the second point. Again, first point is make sure you can install R and or Python on your machine. And number two is make sure that the library or package that you'll be using is in fact supported in the service. Assuming sa service niyo ilalagay yung report niyo, which is, I think, 99% of us will be publishing our reports to the service. So going back, oops, not here. Going back to the PL300 line of studying. So yun ay R. I'll skip over the rest kasi yun nga, medyo mahaba-habang discussion yan. Pero yun, I hope that I gave you, kumbaga, thoughts on how to implement it should you want to. And again, yeah, feel free to stop me if you have any questions. Feel free to chat, voice it out, or chat in FB Live. Work with key performance indicators. Key performance indicators naman, or KPI visuals, are again just another visual type inside Power BI. So I go to visualizations. Ito ba yan? Ito pala yan. Metrics, sorry. It's called metrics as well. Same lang. Let me double check. Dalawa pa pala yun. Iba pa pala yun. Sorry. So meron rin tayong KPI. Pero yun, they kinda work hand in hand. So KPI visuals, unfortunately, I don't use too much as well. So I'm just going to refer you to what you have in on the PL300 page. But it looks like this. Para siyang card, pero you have the option to load in trends on it. So, mas aesthetic siya tignan. Meron kang card na malaking number. You have soft line chart or area chart behind it. Tapos you can have the goal. You can have a percent of goal. So, lots of info. Especially maganda yan. Again, pag medyo scorecard yung dating mo, marami kang gustong mga metrics na pinapakita. So, each metric mo naka-KPI card. Really nice to look at. Ang metrics visual is, ang alam ko, malaking-malaking visual siya eh. And yun nga, kailangan mong mag-add metrics. Medyo ano siya. Ayan, so ganito naman yung itsura niya. So, kinda similar yung atake where you have, where you can have this, like, again, similar. Meron kang number, target value, trend, or you can have it like this na mas scorecard type, number, target value, trend, tapos completed, on track, overdue, blah, blah, blah. So, you can, and to create new metrics, ang alam ko, mapupunta ka sa, pretty much naglo-load na ng website to in the background, na ina-enter mo yung actual metrics, tapos you can link it. So, it's a really complex visual to play around with, but if you have a request for a scorecard report, where you can see yun nga, progress of scorecards or even progress of tasks, sobrang swak, sobrang bagay ng either metric visual or KPI visual on it. Okay, nasa exercise na, so I'll skip that. I think nasa unang topic pa lang tayo. Work with Power BI visuals. Browse. Oops. Mali. Work with Power BI visuals. Yep, unang topic pa lang. So let's move on to, let's go back to our PL 300 na wala na yata ako. Ayun. Let's go back to our PL 300 chapter. After working with Power BI visuals, nasa second chapter na tayo out of 4. But as I've said, I'm gonna spend more time with the first two. Yung latter two, medyo bibilisan ko na talaga. So create a data-driven story naman with Power BI reports. Design a report layout. I don't think we're gonna discuss too much about that. The report layouts are, okay. So, kumbaga, I think this is the sample of a medyo beginner layout as pinagbabato lang lahat, nag-experiment pa lang na ito pa lang donut, ito pa lang tree map, ito pa lang bar, ito pa lang column, ito pa lang table, ito pa lang cards, slicer, blah, blah. Tapos, from one of the easiest ways to make your report look professional is to, at the very least, make sure everything is aligned. I hope may sample siya dito na inalign na niya lahat. Ayun, so, similar to PowerPoint, if you go to here, pili tayo sa page 1, for example. Kasi magandang example ng napakagulong page to eh. So, meron akong mga slicers sa taas. Kumbaga yung mga slicers ko, what if isarado ko into a drop down para malinis na lahat. So I can just put all of my drop downs on the top. And take note na, medyo pangit. Iba-iba rin pala yung mismong height ng mga slicers ko. So I can actually just select all of them. Yan, tatlo. Go to general, go to properties, go to height, change it to 30. Ay, sobrang liit pala, sorry. Change it to 50. Or maybe yung 80 plus pala, okay na pala yun. Change it to 72, ganyan. Tapos yun, kung di ako sure kung magkaka-align na ba sila sa top, so I click on the three of them again, format, align, top. Pero yun, okay naman yata. Tama naman yung pagkakasnap ko. Tapos pwede kong ilagay ito rito. Pwede kong ilagay itong dalawa sa gitna or wherever. Pwede kong ilagay ito rito. Pwede kong ilagay ito naman dito na lang, kunwari. Ito naman dito. Pero yun, you get what I'm saying. And I hope yun, medyo nagkakaroon ng mahirap talaga pag sobrang dami. Erase ko na to. Erase ko na to. Tapos sabihin na lang natin na ito dito. Ito paliitin. Oops. Ito, palakihin konti. And ito, bigyan ko ng space dito. And para lang makita, kasi nga naka white on white ako. So, lagyan natin ng canvas background na kahit soft gray lang. Na hindi naka 100% transparency. Yan. Okay, hindi pa pala sila magka-line up. Pero yon, kumbaga, so, it really helps a lot. So, kunwari ito, yun nga, hindi na rin sila magkaka-same distance. So, might as well format, align, distribute horizontally. Yan. So, really helps a lot. Actually, ito rin, medyo off pala yung mga margin ko sa right. So, it really helps a lot if you align your visuals. Kahit yun lang, ang laking tulong na kagad nun. And school of thought na syempre, if you're presenting to Western audiences, syempre, they read your reports similar to how they literally read. Top to bottom, left to right. So, yung pinaka mga overall nyo, pinaka high-level info ninyo, high-level visuals, nasa upper left. Yung pinaka mga details ninyo, yun dapat yung mga nasa lower right. Kumbaga. So, yun. Keep that as a practice. Size of visuals, interaction, hierarchies, report accessibility. Yeah, skipping. Alt text, skipping, tab order, titles. Skipping, markers, skipping, themes. So, I hope that, yan. Ayun nga, nag-change lang tayo ng background, pero you can actually go to view, go to themes, and select any of the pre-made themes here, like this one, for example. Medyo weird tuloy kasi nag-change ako ng background kanina manually, so let's change it to something darker. Pwede ba ako ganito? Super dark. Maybe a bit too dark. So, how about this one? How about this one? Yeah, maybe that can work. Pero yun, kumbaga. So, again, lots of options for you as far as pre-built themes. Pero, ayan. And so, yun nga. Alignment, proper use of color, proper theme. In this case, nag-border red siya. Pero yun, kinda depends. In his case, medyo maganda yung kinalabasan ng borders. Actually, meron siyang na-misalign dito eh. Ito, ayan, parang mas mataas by a pixel or two. Pero anyway, ayun nga, number one really is alignment. Yung color palette, medyo secondary na yun eh, as compared to alignment. Tapos, yung color palette naman kasi, it's honestly for me, less about my personal preference and more of the client's preference. And most of the time, the client's preference is their company colors. Usually, my style guide na yan eh. Kung gagawa ka ng report para kay Jollibee, most likely yung mga Jollibee colors na red, yellow, white. May orange pa siya. Ewan ko, basta yun. Jollibee colors most likely. And what is the easiest way to get their company colors? It's actually to just literally go to their website. So, punta kayong website ng kung sino man yung gagawa nyo ng report, and yun nga. You can easily get inspiration from, sometimes you can even get assets from their actual websites. Like ito, yung icon na yan, medyo cute yan. Pwede nyong nakawin, hiramin, or yun nga. There are ways to save that and other assets there. So, para yun. Para may magamit kayo for your report if you're doing it for them. Next. Nagkakakutob na ako na hindi tayo 90 minutes ulit. Sorry. So, mukhang 120 minutes tayo. Pero yun, I'll again really cut it at 120 minutes. So, adding buttons, bookmark selections. Recently, Power BI has made a lot of headway in terms of interactivity, specifically buttons. Parang November update yata yun. Ang dami nilang binago. Binagay na extra sa buttons. So, if you click on insert, then click on this button here, add a button to your report. Yun, you have the option to add a left arrow, right arrow, blah, 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 blah. One of the, and navigator, ito yung medyo bago. May page navigator and bookmark navigator na. So, dati nga wala at all eh. So, page navigator is medyo new. So, pwede akong maglagay dito, tapos automatic na niyang ilaload. So, maybe you're asking, ano yung sense niyan? Or bakit ka maglalagay niyan? Meron ka nga navigation sa baba. Kasi you do have the option to hide all of these. Pag hinide mo yan lahat, isa-isa, you can't literally hide everything though. You need to have one that's visible. Pansin nyo yan, wala nang hide option. Kasi siya yung magiging default page mo. Palitin ko na to. Yan. And maybe isiksik ko to konti dito. Tapos i-redistribute ko ulit sila. Format, align, distribute. Ayan. Tapos itong si page ko, masyadong pandak. So, palakihin ko konti. Yan. So, you can just imagine na if naka-hide if naka-hide tong mga buttons na to sa baba, which in the service, naka-hide yan sa right side yan lumalabas eh. Sorry, sa left. So, pag hinide nyo yan, your users will now have the ability to navigate their page via these buttons here. So, page 2. Control pala. Control left click para mag-activate yung button. So, yan, mapupunta siya dyan. Of course, it follows na pag may navigation kayo doon, dapat nilagyan nyo na rin ang navigation to kasi matatrap na sila dyan. Imagine nyo if wala tong mga to, wala na silang way para bumalik doon unless mag-reset filters nila. So, ayan, that's an option. And if I click on this, you can, I believe you can change it on the fly. Tama ba? Or maybe not. Pero yun, rectangle, you can have pentagons. If for some reason you want that, you can have rounded rectangles, which is medyo uso, diba? Yung mga soft rectangles from your mobile devices. Snip tabs, top right, parang ganon. Medyo maporma rin para sila mga folder tabs, diba? And yun nga, lots of options. I'm checking if there's a way to change this to a regular button. Mukhang wala na pala, sorry. So, in case you want a different button, you just go to insert again. Go here. And yun. Add an info button, Q&A, bookmark. Dati, nung hindi pa ganito karami yung options, usually we just stick with the blank button and then we just customize from there. Kasi from a blank button, let's say, ang gusto ko lang mangyari is, this is a button that clears all of my slicers. Yun yung ginagawa niya. So, I need to create a new bookmark. So, I go to View, go to Bookmarks para makita ko yung bookmark pane. And then, mag-a-add lang ako ng bookmark na ang gusto kong mangyari nga sa bookmark is nagre-reset siya ng tatlong slicers na to. Kasi I can reset this manually, right? Pero, hassle. What if ang dami ko ng pinagagawa, gusto ko lang reset siya lahat. So, click. I clicked on the 3 of them. I click on Add. It adds a bookmark. Since I selected them, I have the ability to supposedly affect only them 3. So, I make sure that I right-click or click on the 3 dots, click on Selected Visual. I don't need to really care about the display, pero I do want to make sure that the data changes, meaning mag-all ganyan sila. Tapos, I can probably rename this to reset. Yan. Tapos, I usually update for good measure. Tapos, if I go here, of course, you can like download a button or download a picture. Pero you know what? The easiest way to get your icons. So, for example, gusto ko sana ng reset button. One of the easiest ways is to actually search for icons in PowerPoint. Insert icons. And once you click on Insert Icons in PowerPoint, you have a large library. So, kunwaga, erase ba? So, ito yung mga options ko to erase. Meron ba akong reset na option? Okay, wala. So, erase na lang tayo, erase. So, for example, erase. And yun nga, you have like really clean buttons to work with. So, for example, yan, eraser. Wala yung mouse ko. Yan, insert. Tapos, I have that eraser, pero asan na ba tayo? For example, gusto ko ito, tong kulay ng yellow na yan. So, that's gold. I did that, by the way, by installing Microsoft Power Toys. So, I have a global, like, desktop-wide color, tawag dito, color picker. So, gusto ko ng FCB 714, for example. Copy. After report. So, I have the exact color that I want. Right-click dito. Ay, sorry, graphics format pala yun. Graphics format. Graphics fill, I think, is what I need to select. More fill colors. Custom. I pick that yellow. There you go. Tapos, I just right-click on it again. And I, what do you call that? Save as picture. Once I save as picture, hold on, sorry. So I save it as, on my desktop na lang muna. Do I save it as an SVG? I mentioned earlier that you can use SVGs for backgrounds. Unfortunately, for buttons, ang alam ko hindi pwede. Pero try na natin, why not, diba? Although hindi ako sure, to be honest. And nawawala ulit yung mouse ko. So let's name it erase. Sir. Save na lang tayo ng dalawa para sure. So meron ako SVG. Para hindi na ako babalik-balik dito. And meron na akong PNG version. Eraser.png. Okay, so if I go to my desktop, ayun pala, nagra-run pa pala to. Skip. If I go to my desktop, I have an SVG and a PNG. So, I go back here. Medyo nawawala na tayo ng space. So, I'm sorry. Can we scooch this a bit more? Scooch this a bit as well. Scooch this a bit as well. Ito yung pinakamaliit. Ayan. Tapos yon technique, iusog na natin to all the way here. I think kasya naman sila. Click, click. Format, align, distribute horizontally. Tapos ito na yung ating reset button. Lalagay ko siya dito. Oops, dito. Oops, dito. Tapos medyo square lang. Tapos, it's the button. So, if we change the style, I think, papatayin ko yung text. Yung icon, papatayin ko muna. Fill. I kind of forgot. Ayun, nasa fill pala siya. So, ang fill ko is I browse for that icon. Ayun, and I can use an SVG nga. Confirm. So, ayun na yung SVG ko. Transparency ko should be at 0 para matingkad na matingkad. Tapos, image fit. Normal yung weird eh. So, you either fit it or you fill it. So, fill pala. Yung hindi nasisira yung aspect ratio. Ayoko na may parang border. So, andito lang naman yan. Nasa style. So, text icon, fill. Okay na yan. Border, I turn it off. Tada! Ay, hindi. May background rin yata. So, patayin rin natin yung background. Kasi, kaya nga tayo nag-SVG eh. Diba? Ay, wala bang background? Baka yung background is nandito sa general. Effects? Ay, wala. Okay, I stand corrected. Wala nga ba? Fill. Kasi may fill color ako rito. So, yung fill color ko, I just need to use whatever the background I'm using is. So, I'm using the Hexa 3 background. More colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ayan na. Perfect. Mukha na siyang transparent. Oha. So, if you want na nagbabago yung color nito, pag nag-hover, you can do so kasi you do have the option to go to style and change the behavior on hover. So, kailangan nyo ng separate SVG, of course. And you do that in PowerPoint again. Pero since I know medyo stress tayo sa time, let's say na nagkakaroon na lang siya ng ibang fill sa ngayon. So, on hover, nagiging medyo light gray siya yung background niya. So, yan. Ganyan. Yan. Pag nag-hover ka. And pag kinlik ko to, sabihin natin may name kang sinelect. Bura. Yan. Meron kang Big Meat Pizza, kunwari. Tapos, if you hover, left click, control left click, oops, ay, nalimutan ko. Click on the button. We forgot to add the action. Click on action. Open that. The type of action is bookmark. And we specifically want to use our reset. Ayan, ito. Which is ito. Kinukuha niya yung list of bookmarks mo. And then, tooltip is erase filters, kunwari. Ayan. It always helps. One of your goals, if you're making an interactive report, is to be as deliberate as much as possible. Kumbaga, hindi malilito dapat yung mga ano mo. Ang laki pala masyado ng button ko. hindi dapat malilito yung mga report users mo on what to do, what supposedly. So, again, think of what mobile apps has done in the past few or mobile apps have done in the past few years. Kumbaga, even even my 3-year-old toddler was able to learn how to play Roblox by himself. Kasi nga ganun ka-intuitive yung pagkakagawa. So, testing natin kung magana. Yay! So, yun. Now, you have your reset all button. And we are now crossing our 90-minute mark, as I've said. Hindi tayo matatapos. So, 120 minutes na ulit tayo ngayon. Balik tayo dito. No, wala ako. There. Add buttons, bookmarks, selection. So, yan. Pretty much, I think we pretty much was able to go through selections, bookmarks, and buttons. Scrolling down, naturo ka na yan, pretty much. Okay, next design. Design report navigation. Naturo ko na rin yan, which is yung page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5. O nga pala, yung mga back, useful yan sa drill through. Mamaya na, gawa tayo ng drill through page. Hierarchies is similar to what we used earlier sa mga slicers we're in. Ito, yung category and name are under a pizza cat category. That was discussed, I think, way back dun sa modeling. Pero yun, you can use categories here, actually. So, meron tayong, teka, nasira yata yung, neto, sort. Yan, nasira nga yung sort. Month name sort ulit tayo. Ng tama, ng ascending. Nasira ba ulit ang sort ko? Month name sort ascending. Ayan, so Jan, Feb, March, April, May, blah, 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 all the way to December, di ba? Pero month name short pa lang yan. We can have date tax. We can add the year dito. May quarter ba tayo? Quarter name, we can add that here. Ano pa ba? May month tayo, so may week ba ako? Kahit wag na week, sige. Day na lang, day. Date na lang. Date. Pinakadulo. Ayan. So, ito yung hierarchy ko. I'm starting from the year to quarter name to month name short to date. So, makita nyo dito, focus tayo para medyo lumaki. Ayan, makita nyo dito, it starts at the year. We are on year 2000. If I do this, go to next level hierarchy, magiging quarter. If I do this, magiging months. If I do this again, magiging days. So, yun yung pretty much hierarchy powers. So, mag-month na lang tayo. Yan. Oops. Ito naman, so, yun, meron kayong several. Ito yung drill up. Tapos yung drill down nyo, 3. Kasi this one, it's pretty much a toggle button. So, if you have it enabled like so, you'll need to click on it. So, if I click on this, magdi-drill down siya sa Q3. So, yun, Q3. Drill up ako ulit. I click on Q1, it will show me Q1. So, yun, pang drill down lang talaga. If I turn it off, drill up again, I have the option naman to do this, yung parang fork. If I fork down, ang gagawin niya is, ipapakita niya yung parang sub pa rin, sub hierarchy. So, 2015, you still see it. Quarter, you still see it. Tapos, you drill with the fork again, yun. Magiging days, months, quarter, and meron tayong slide bar kasi sobrang lapad na. The other option is, yun nga, yung originally ginagamit ko, itong parang double down arrow. Level lang talaga. So, ito quarter lang. Click ko ulit yan. Month name short lang dito. Tapos, click ko ulit siya. Date na lang. Ito na lang pinapakita niya. Hindi niya mina-merge unlike yung isa, yung fork type. So, that is it. Oops. And let's go back up para hindi sobrang dumi. Yan. So, skipping forward sa drill through. One of the pinaka important and kinda underrated, I think, na tawag dito, na options is yung drill through. So, for example, meron kang gustong separate drill through page in your report. So you have this, ito yung overall mo, tapos on your drill through page, gusto mo ma-highlight yung ingredients, for example, ng pizza. So what you need to do is to actually create a new page. So pangalanan natin siyang drill through muna for now. Tapos sa drill through page na yan, let's say we have artehan natin. Actually, I'm not sure eh. Total nasa topic of visuals naman tayo. Let's see if gagana yung word cloud visual sa ingredients. Word cloud. Take note, the word cloud visual is a PBI certified visual. So, yeah, may download sample rin siya, just in case. Tapos, okay, imported, word cloud. Tapos, ang gusto kong i-word cloud is yung ingredients. Ito. Tapos, okay. So, ayan. Yan yung mga ingredients ko, literal. Tapos, let's say, gusto ko ng card that tells me the category. Pwede ba ako magkaroon ng card? Or sige, table na lang muna nga. Table. Table that shows me the category again and the name. Ayan. Ganyan lang. Simple. Tapos, word cloud lang dito sa gilid niya. Ayan yun nga, hindi ko na pinaganda. Sorry. Hindi, maglagay man lang tayo ng border sa taas kasi gagamitin ko yun. Yung space sa taas na yan. Ayan. So, ingredient word cloud and, ay hindi, may space pa pala ako dito. So, hindi ko kailangan sagarin yung itsura. Ayan. Ito, pwede ko kailangan isagad sa left side. Ayan. Yan, ganyan na. Yan, okay. So, kunwari may ganyan ako, pero gusto ko yun. Depende sa din rin kung ano yung lalabas. So, drill through fields ko is category and name na lang siguro. Basically, what will happen is, I'm now telling Power BI na whenever I have category and name, hindi, teka. Allow drill through when, gusto ko lang all lang naman. Category and name. Yan. So, dalawa. Tapos is all ako kasi yung doesn't matter basta merong what I'm telling Power BI is whenever I have a visual on another page na merong category or visual, may category or name as a field, it can jump into this page automatically. You notice that the moment I throw category and name, it added this button automatically. It's a back button. So it will allow my user to, go back pag nag-navigate siya sa page na to. So, okay lang, ilagay na natin yan sa dulo. And paliitin natin to ng konti. And let's go back to page 1. And supposedly, so this table has category and name. If I right-click, drill through is now one of my available options in it. So I can click on drill through, or, you can change the name instead of drill through. You can change it to drill through. You can change it to drill through and word cloud. So going back to page 1, right click, drill through, word cloud. I believe if you hover over and wait for the tooltip, wala pala sa ganitong tooltip, Ayan. Kasi walang tooltip na actual tooltip na lumalabas sa table visual eh. Pero sa chart, meron. Drill up, drill down, drill through. Word cloud. So, if I go to March, veggie, click on the word cloud. Take note, veggie na siya. And ito yung mga ingredients ko for veggie pizza. Tada! Tapos, the user can click on the back button. Simply leads them back here. Tapos, they can, at some point, na-curious sa December, chicken pizza, drill through again. Oops. They can right-click din naman eh. Yan, right-click, drill through, word cloud. Chicken na siya. So, take note, itong word cloud, maganda naka-hide page rin yan. Kasi if I go to page 1, and then, at some point, I go to page 2, mapapansin nyo naka-lock siya sa kung ano man yung latest na na-drill through. So, click on the back button, Uh, Always best to hide it. If you want a similar report page that contains like the word cloud and this table, like exactly similar, you'll need to create a separate page literally that has those two. I-duplicate nyo talaga to. Kasi as long as it's recognized as a drill through page, then it will always have like remnants of the latest slice or the latest filter. So yeah, that is the drill through. I think that's like the last main topic that I want to highlight. Ay, conditional formatting, super useful, pero medyo self-explanatory na. I hope. Ay, wala pala akong sinelect. So, if I, for example, select this, or table tayo, yeah. Select that, and I like literally type in conditional here. Ayan, I'll be able to see what the available conditional uh, elements are. So, anything with a function x on it, is a conditional formatable field. So example, background, naka-black ngayon. So ano ba to? Gusto natin pag nag-change tayo ng category to chicken, magiging green yan. Pag nag-change to classic, magiging yellow. Change to veggie, magiging oo nga no, dapat yung pala yung green yun. Doon siya magiging green. So you can change all that. Magfa-function x ka. Tapos yun, you'll have a bunch of options. Is text is ganito, you can type in pizza type, category pala. Try lang tayo ng isa real quick. Ano ba tayo? Sorry, category. Category. If first category, actually dapat meron na tayong separate na DAX for selected value. Pero let's try if gagana to. Ano nga ba yung pangalan? Veggie. And this is not case sensitive, I believe. So, sabihin natin ganyan. Pangit, pero yeah, let's try it out. So, yan. Hindi siya gagana ngayon kasi wala namang nakaselect. Pero if you select veggie, hindi siya gumana. Hold up. Okay. So, hindi nga siya gagana kasi hindi siya selected value. Rules, first category. Check. Is this looking at pizza types? First category, under pizza types. Yeah, yan nga yung nakaselect. If the first value is veggie, let's see if it's actually case sensitive maybe. It is! Sorry. So, case sensitive pala yung conditional format. So, ayan. Magiging green kasi veggie nakaselect. Sabihin natin, gusto mo pang magdagdag. Format. Yun, conditional or formatting. Tapos, yun nga. Background, magiging red. New rule. If veggie, green, ano yung isa? Sorry. Siyempre, natanggal ko na. At di ako makapag-click na. If supreme, sige, magiging red. So, yun. Ganun lang kadali. I'm guessing that you already know where we're going. Supreme, magiging ganito. Okay. So, yan. Veggie, green, supreme, magiging red, tapos chicken classic, naka-default ako. So, yeah. Super easy. Just search for conditional formatting. And recent yun that was a recent change. Notice that I was just typing in is veggie, is supreme. Before, you wouldn't be able to do that. Mayroon ka pang separate DAX na kailangan gawin, pero recently yun nga. Power BI made it super easy. Notice, by the way, that we added the word cloud page and it got added in to our page navigator. There is an option where you can have the page navigator not show your pages. Ito, kumaga pwede ka mag-show, unshow hidden pages. Or show all pages tapos i-hide ko si word cloud, pwede rin. So, lots of flexibility with buttons. So yun yung conditional formatting. Next, apply slicing, filtering, sorting. Slicing is yung slicer na naman. Filtering is yung filter pane, I believe. Yep, which napagdaanan na natin. I'm gonna skip all that. Sort data is sorting na ilang beses natin pinagdaanan kanina. So skipping all that as well. And finally, publish export reports na tayo. Ito yung medyo tricky part because I believe you need to have an actual work or office account to be able to publish reports to a workspace. So I'm not sure, kumbaga, yun, how you can publish if meron man lang kayong my workspace sana, ganyan, I'm not sure to be honest. Pero uh, I believe there were workarounds before, parang how to trick Microsoft into letting you have a home office account kahit hindi naman talaga. Sorry, hindi pala home, school or office account kahit hindi naman talaga. You can try searching for those in YouTube, pero I'm not sure if they're still working now in 2023. Pero again, yeah, that's a discussion. That's something you can try. And tell us about it in the Facebook group or Discord or yeah, wherever you find Power BI Pilipinas. So, open natin yung workspace ko. I exported it already. Or sorry, I published it since the next topic is about exporting. So, yeah, you have options to export here. You have common question actually is, may way ba para i-export siya into a PNG? Kumbaga, kailangan ko tong page na to as a PNG lang. Unfortunately, wala. The technique is for you to export it into PDF. Tapos from PDF, then you export that PDF file into PNG. Yun yung pinaka parang high quality and sakto way to export to an image file. Tapos, we go back here. Sorry, we go back here. Publish and export. And comment on the reports yun. Once it is in the service, you have the option to, I think, sorry wala, ito pala yung service. Once you're in the service here, I think you have the option to click dito ba? And, ayun, click comments. So, you can yun nga, literally comment on anything here. Excellent for collaboration with other report subscribers, report viewers, report consumers. Pero yun nga, honestly, sa mundo ko, it's more of screenshot, send sa Teams message. Screenshot, send sa Teams message. Ganun. Pero yun, the option is there should you wish to collaborate inside Power BI. Go back here. Go back here. Tune report performance, we are gonna skip that again for now. It's more so the performance analyzer is something that can time in milliseconds to I believe in milliseconds how fast or how slow each element in your report loads. So it's a great way to find inefficient DAX, inefficient visuals, mga ganon. But I think one of the better resources for this is Guy in a Cube's YouTube, where they actually discuss performance analyzer. Medyo mahaba-habang topic kasi pero ayun, you'll reach a point where it's not really about whether you can do or create a report or not. It's more about whether you can give your user a really good report consumption experience na hindi siya naglalag, hindi nagahang-hang yung report, hindi siya naghihintay na after he clicks on a slicer, he needs to wait for a minute for everything to load. Yung mga gano'n na pwede muna siyang magkape, mag-CR, balik siya para matapos yung report. So, that is all part of performance tuning report. And I'll skip that kasi medyo malaki yung scope. Pero kumbaga, we had discussions about it way back day 1, day 2 about optimizing your model, mga ganon, reducing cardinality of your data, and overall, since yun yung topic today, just reducing the number of visuals. Nagkaroon tayo ng discussion earlier about lessening the number of visual elements. So if you have a lot of icons, ganyan, do consider merging them into a single uh, background, kunwari, kumbaga, instead of, kumbaga, loading them one by one. Depende. Ito kasi, tiny report lang to in a way. Kahit separate yan, each icon there, pero yun, mabilis-bilis pa na naman kasi maliit lang yung data and kahit papano, medyo maliliit yung mga icons, maliit rin yung mga elements naman. Kahit mga sangkatutak na nagdo-load. And moving on, optimize reports for mobile use. Yeah, I'm gonna skip mobile layouts as well because it's not really my forte. Wala ako masyadong value na mag-give, mapoprovide, sorry, regarding that. So, we are back on... We are done with chapter 2, create a data-driven story. Yeah, optimize reports from mobile view. So, creating dashboards in Power BI na lang tayo and creating paginated reports. Yeah, I'm just gonna rush through this so fast. So, we were able to discuss this before, pero dashboards are simply, we're inside Power BI service. So, inside Power BI service, you have the option to pin a visual. Once you click on pin, that's the only time when a dashboard kicks in. So, new dashboard or existing dashboard. In this case, sa workspace ko, wala pa akong any report. So, new dashboard talaga ako. Tapos yun, may themes din ang dashboard. So, dashboard name, sabihin natin, PBI Pinas, pin. And then this creates yun, a new dashboard. I'm not sure if may black. Wala siyang dark mode. Pero ang alam ko may themes din ang dashboard. You can change that. Edit, yata. Yan, dashboard theme. Light, dark, colorblind friendly, whatevs. Pero yun. And yan, that's your dashboard. The power of the dashboard is really, if you go into your workspace and you have several reports, ayun pala, marami-rami. And you have several reports on there. You have the ability, you have the option to uh, to go from or to put visuals, tables man yan, charts man yan, cards man yan, from different reports into the same dashboard. Yun lang yung talagang parang power ng isang dashboard. So, yeah. Uy, meron pala akong pizza rin dito. So, pwede natin kunin tong pizza. Ayan, tapos kunwari, itong card na to, gusto ko ipakita yung sum of sales. So, take note, separate na to, report na to. So, existing dashboard, ipipin ko rin sa PBI Pinas, go to dashboard. Sino siya? Magkatabi. Amazing. And sorry, ang bilis nun. And if I click on this or I click on this, it will lead me to that report. So, if na-click ko to, pupunta siya sa report na yun. If na-click ko to, yan, pupunta siya sa report na yun. Yan, dito. And yun, pretty cool. So, pin visual ko nga ulit to, existing. Use destination. Pwede pala ako mag-ganyan. Para mag-ano siya. Pipin natin ulit. Go tayo. Ayan, para may dark mode. Tapos pwede ko na i-delete to yata. Delete that tile, drag it here. Yan. So, you have your dashboard. Sorry, nalito ako. Ayan, here. Now, that's pretty much what dashboards are. So, one of the questions in PL300 is actually about use of themes inside reports and inside dashboards. So that's one thing that you need to remember, that you can have a dark theme in your report and you can have a light theme in your dashboard. So they're totally separate. Paginated reports, something that I do not utilize as well. I have not ever utilized, but yun. Paginated reports are excellent reports if you want to have something that someone can print. Kasi ang problem with Power BI, if you print, ito kunwari. Ayan, perfect example. If you print this page into a PDF, literal na ito yon. You have 2, 6, 10, you have these order IDs showing and that's it. Ang liit-liit ng scroll bar ko, you have like 99% of it not showing or 90% of it not showing kasi nga haba ng list. So the workaround there is to create a paginated report with exactly this level of info. So, pag paginated report na yan, as in literal na ano yan eh. I hope may example dito. Kasi yun, I don't. In order to build this, by the way, you'll need to have a separate tool as well. Hindi siya ginagawa sa Power BI desktop. You will have a separate paginated report creator yata. Select insert tab. Pwede pa lang sa insert tab na. Sorry. So yeah, maybe. So, drop down. Hindi, yun nga, iba eh. So yeah, iba yung, ano na to. Iba yung report creator rin na to. Hindi siya via Power PBI desktop. You need to have a separate tool. Tapos yun, you basically, it's pretty much you creating tables. Paginated reports do not support charts, as if I remember correctly. It's more tables talaga. And yun nga, the main purpose of it, why you would use it is because people need to print or need to distribute certain tables that are coming from your Power BI dataset. Yun yung pinaka-reason. Or work with charts on the report. Sorry, meron na pala. Meron na pala. So, yeah, you have the option na pala to do that. Pero, and yun. You'll be able to publish it. Same thing. And yun. Malalagay rin siya sa same service. So, yeah, that pretty much ends our topics of the day, of day 3. I will end it with a quote from Gary Reynolds. You can achieve simplicity in the design of effective charts, graphs, and tables by remembering 3 fundamental principles: restrain, reduce, and emphasize. Uh, and yeah, should you have any questions, feel free to uh, ask us. The entire group of Power BI Pilipinas were available. Facebook, Discord, LinkedIn, the actual Microsoft community. We're on YouTube. We are also recently on TikTok. So, hindi ko lang na-update pala tong slide na to. So, I'll add that as well. I'll post up. I'll post uh, uh, where to find us post soon, maybe today or tomorrow. Pero yun, any questions? Feel free to reach out. And that is it. Thank you very much for joining day number 3. Hope to see you all on day number 4 next month, April, second Saturday ulit. Thanks, everyone. Bye.